I don't even know how I keep forgetting that. It's like, why is it not working? I'm like, oh, forgot to not. Oh, it's streaming now? Oh, well, dang. All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to KXP Gaming. I am your host, Roy, for the night, and today we're playing Anime Champion Simulator once again, the Halloween Part 1. I believe it's day 4. Yeah, so we're day 4. For some reason, I thought I wasn't going live immediately, but apparently I did. But hey, we're here right now. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about a couple of things about what happened last night, which I'll kind of go over briefly because we'll give you more information, okay, for tomorrow. But we're going to be doing some raids right here, right now. So honestly, I'm going to stop talking for the time being and then get it going. And here we go. So for some reason, I'm thinking what's gonna happen for this Halloween Part 2 event is that Trademark, or should I say Trademark, he basically mentioned that we are going to have the update in this weekend. Didn't specify whether it's Saturday, whether it's Friday, whichever time. I guess it's still to be determined. So we're gonna, you know, in the meantime, just sit back and sit tight for it. But the one thing that I can actually say right now to help you guys out, kind of figure out what you need to do is, what you probably need to do, especially for this update coming up, is you got to upgrade your coin team, right? And what I mean by that is, as you can see here, like I'll show you, like I have all this like Thief, Leprechaun, which is the ideal, you know, it's the ideal, what is it? Is it Quirk? Yeah, Quirks, right? I keep thinking it's something else because in Anime Fighters, I used to play Anime Fighters. They used to be called passes, but I keep forgetting every now and then it's called quirks or their abilities. So you want to get Thief as well as Leprechaun, and the reason for that is because it gives you a multiplier of 1.2, and if you times it by 2, because you have both, you get 2.4x on top of if you have a 2x coin boost, which you can get right here. I would highly recommend it, especially if you guys are in a Halloween, since you're in this Halloween event, right? So actually I clicked on the wrong one. What I mean by that is this right here, 2x coins. I know a lot of you guys have ignored it, even for me as well. That's going to be very important, especially to get as many candies as possible, especially if you're trying to get the Halloween cosmic units, or cosmic, I keep forgetting what it's called, cosmic skins. There has to be a different word for it I can use. I'm going to say costumes, Halloween costumes or Halloween units. So, but anyways, I'm actually left behind. I got to make sure right now that I have my best team forward, and we're going to go through this. So, but yeah, I really appreciate some of you guys being in the past streams. I know that we started off pretty slow, but we started getting more people to come in, and which, you know, I'd like to say for those of you that actually came in the past couple of days, we didn't stream like I promised yesterday, and the reason for that is because me and my wife, we were testing out the DPS in this unit, and the DPS of some of these units with skins, and we wanted to get you guys some content, excuse me, for the next couple of videos that we'll actually be sending here soon, because I know how important it is for you guys to get that information, especially figuring out what quirk, what talent, what specific things to put on specific units, so that way you guys are actually spending your time wisely as well as your resources wisely. Okay, so like right now, as you can see, right now I have 6.29 million candies. For some of you that don't know, the odds of getting the Halloween cosmic units or skins, I'll just call them skins right again, it's easier to say, is 1 out of 10,000 summons, okay? And what I mean by summons is individual summons. So as an example, if you're summoning 10 at a time, that are 10 items at a time, that counts as 10. And you keep doing that until you get to 10,000, and pretty much you do the math, and on average you should be able to get the cosmic unit or skins, the Halloween edition from there. Now what you guys don't know is to get 10,000 summons, if one summon equals about 5,000 candies approximately, it's going to take at least 50 million candies. Now, has it been, have people like myself have gotten it, which I have, in under around 1 million? Yes. There's other YouTubers out there that actually got it after 15 million, 20 million, 25 million candies. And this is also with them purchasing those candies with real money, with Robux, which I wouldn't recommend, because you should grind for these, personally speaking. Because honestly, and here's the thing too, guys, if you're new to the game, or if you're trying to find out how to spend your hard-earned Robux on simulator games like this, right? If you're gonna spend money on a simulator game like this, holy crap, I just realized I didn't even have my auto attack on. I'm thinking, how the heck am I attacking these things? I was trying to figure out what okay, I lost my train of thought. But basically, if you're gonna spend money on, in any simulator games, I would always highly recommend doing your research first. But if there's any type of thing that's worth spending in most simulator games, it's always going to be game passes, right? Like Lucky or Auto Reroll or 2x Equip or 2x. Like, these are specific passives. Now, depending on when you should buy them, really depends on when you on what situation that you're in, right? Are you a beginning player? Are you in the 4th or 5th world? Are you close to getting enough gems so that way you can purchase it, or do you need a couple of more thousand gems to get something else? It's almost like you got to prioritize it in a way. But I would highly recommend that if you're going to use your Robux, make sure to spend it on game passes that it's going to be around. Because I can tell you right now, even like with some of these YouTubers that spend a lot of money on it, which by all means they can do it, they have the resources to make it happen, but there are some that just are like, they should have gotten the unit, and in this case it's just based on chance sometimes. And here's the thing, if you guys watch some of their streams, they're like, oh man, I got this, I got over 10, over 20, and then there'll be times where they'll say, oh, I didn't even get anything. And it's just like, well, I mean, the game balances itself out at the end of the day. You can get a bunch under, like, let's say 50 million when you get these cosmics. Let's say you get like 5 of them, and then let's say the next update comes up, and I don't know, maybe they update it with new cosmic units or skins, right? And then they roll, and then they don't like literally get anything, and it's like they think it's like the end of the world. And I'm like, nah, man, that's just how chance works. And here's the thing, just because it's for 50 million doesn't even mean that you'll even get it. There's no soft pity, and I think you guys need to understand that, okay? What soft pity means. Like, I'll give you an example, okay? There's a game called Anime Adventures that I used to play. I mean, I'll probably play it every now and then, if I do have the time to do it. But at the end of the day, they have what's called a pity system, primarily when you're summoning units like the mythic unit, right? And I forgot the ratio, but basically the way it works is, if you summon, let's say 4,000 of those summons, and they, and depending on your luck value and what lucky potions you throw in, you should be, if you don't get it, let's say within 4,000 rolls, okay? In essence, since there is a mythical pity, which there is, that means by the 4,000th and first roll, you should be able to guarantee like get it, unless there's a glitch in the game, okay? And I tell a lot of kids this, especially in that game, where I'm like, can you guys spend money on lucky potions or whatever, because it'll guarantee you a mythical unit, and you have to have at least 15,000 gems, 18 just for good measure, because you should get it. But they're like, well, I don't have money to spend. And I'm like, well, how many gems you got? 3,000. Well, good luck. Don't cry to me if you don't get it, because you need at least 15,000. Now, if you have lucky boost and ultra lucky boost, then it's going to boost your chances. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in a way, at least they have a pity system, which in this case, Anime Champions, they don't. And I've heard that they may implement it sometime down the future, but not yet because the game is still new. But yeah, I mean, that's just basically, like I said, and the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is I just want you guys to understand, like, don't get your hopes up if you don't get a Cosmic, okay? If you're starting this game, I can tell you right now from experience, it's always good to start with Mythics because Mythics are easier normally to get than Cosmics, okay? Like I said, if you're starting, build a good Mythic team. If you get it's like this, right? The Mythic is like the icing on the cake, right? It's not necessarily supposed to be like your only mission in this whole entire, your journey in Anime Champions, right? The whole point is to go to different worlds, to do different missions, to gain gems, to make friends, to get all these things. And then if you get the Cosmic, it's kind of like, okay, cool, I got one, versus I have to get it because I have to get it. It's crazy if that's how you think. And I'll tell you a real story, okay? So far, we've been, right now we're what, 5 for 5? We're 5, like in this stream, we are 5 for 5 on Cosmic units and skins, and that includes either in the last world on raids or the Halloween event. And the crazy thing is that whether it's that, getting quirks, or just getting these amazing things, we don't expect to get them. We get them when it just comes to us. Like, we don't expect to get it. They just happen randomly, and we're like, oh, look, we got one. And I'll give you an example. Like, and I know that I need to get this chest, but I want to just show you guys this real quick, okay? Like, I wanted to get the Naruto, the four-tailed fox Cosmic unit, but for some reason, this guy showed up that I didn't even know who he was until it was like, right here, Demonic Illusion Supreme, which is basically, I guess, more rare, or not rare, but the most sought out, Cosmic skin. And then the Naruto is like number 2. This would be like number 1. I didn't even know I got him, and I got it in under 1 million, and I didn't expect to get him. And what I want you guys to understand is, if you do get the best of the best, congratulations, you guys got it, and you should celebrate. But if you don't get it, don't get discouraged. You will get it soon. You can get it now, you can get it later, you can probably get it way later. But don't get discouraged if you don't get it, because like I said, it will come to you if you grind enough, okay? This is what I always believe in. The more raids you do, the more raids that you do, every raid that you do is a step closer to getting that Cosmic skin, okay, as an example. Or one more roll is one step closer to getting that Cosmic Skinner unit. Like right now, the two things I really need is the other two. But to be honest with you guys, like right now, you see this right here, this Star Flare, and we're gonna drop a video on that tomorrow, and we'll do a live stream about it tomorrow. This right here is what you guys should really be going for, because right now they're straight up OP. They're insanely good. Like when I say insanely good, like insanely good, better than the Gon skin right here, better than that skin, that Cosmic skin right there. Basically any skin that is even that stronger than that, and like I said, 0.06 versus 0.01 right now. I want to farm these, because one of the guys, one of the actual, who is it, one of the YouTubers, I think his name is Basu Games, he equipped his entire team with that. I think he went from 5 billion and he did 15 billion just by equipping that team. Now, just remember, he put all perfections on there, but the point is, it's so much stronger than the Illusionist, the Vampire Aizen, and it's crazy. And I don't know if they're going to nerf it, but I can tell you guys right now, you want to go ahead and try to get that as soon as possible, or use it in raids or on your towers as soon as possible, because they may nerf it. It's right now, it's the best in the game. If you don't believe me, put it on a DPS machine. Make sure to get Demonic. Make sure to get Demonic or get Perfection on it if you can, and keep it, and keep rolling, and keep spinning on those, and trying to summon as many pumpkin orbs as you can to get it, because right now Star Flare is basically the Aizen 2.0. So, but yeah, it's the thing to get. So, all right, so got somebody here. To explain, this person says, I have a server, him and me, we took the test. He's talking about, I guess, rating. He had no bonus and he had 10 billion damage but gained 8,000 candies, while for me, I did more damage with a multiplier of 6 coins, so he had a money multiplier, and I had 500, and yes, I hit the solo boss. This game is glitch. Why is it happening to me? I can tell you exactly what happened. I mean, I can tell you exactly what happened. I think you're leaving some parts of the story out. I already know the answer to this question, and that is the reason why that person is getting more candy than you, even though you did more damage, and even though you have a money multiplier. The reality is, it's called the law of diminishing returns, and for you guys that don't know exactly what it means, to put it in simpler terms, it means the more times you raid, the more times you kill a boss, the less and less rewards you get. Okay, I'll give you an example. If you kill a boss and let's say you take them out, you gain 100 candy. Okay, your first kill. Second kill, after you get the boss, the reward that you get on that second kill is now 80. And then third time, so on and so forth, it starts decreasing over time. Okay, the reason why he got more candy than you, even though he didn't do as much damage or had no money multiplier, is because it was I'm not even gonna say probably, I know it's because it was his first raid of the day, while for you this was probably like your 4th, your 5th, or your 6th raid, even though you did more damage and you have more coins, guys. You know, there's a reason why they did this. It's not a glitch, it is by design. They did it this way so that way they give everybody a fighting chance. Now, to be honest, okay? To be honest, because I know people are going to sit here and say, "Well, I thought you told us to get that in order to maximize, you know, to maximize the amount of candies that we do." Yes. Right? But now they're saying, "Well, the thing is, how then what's the point of getting it if this kid got 8,000 candies, he's doing less damage? I mean, isn't it pointless to get the the multiplier and do damage in itself and get a high damage team? Isn't that really pointless when you can just go kill it the first time and get that many candies?" No, it's not pointless. Because what you are forgetting is that you get a you get a multiplier on top of that, right? Meaning that if you get a multiplier, that means that you're going to, if you would have had a multiplier, that 8,000 candy would probably be anywhere between 20, 30, maybe even 40,000. It's almost like saying, you know, strike the iron while it's hot. Take as much as you can while you're there, because once you restart the stage all over again, then that's when you get less and less. And I truly believe that's where it comes from, right? Just because you got less and less from last time doesn't necessarily mean to just give up on the coins. And I think it's a foolish move. I think you should get it, because at the end of the day, here's the reality. If I didn't have any of this, there's no way I would have had 6.3 million. Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. The first day that I raid this morning, okay, that's the first day, I got a maximum of about, on average, I would say about 1.2 million candies. Now, when I did it second time, a third time, a fourth time, now I went from that to 700,000, and then 500,000, and then now I don't know, maybe 40,000 for the entire 30 minutes. It's heartbreaking, but they did it that way, so that way you don't farm these candies, guys, and get a bunch of cosmics. That's what the fear was, which is why they scaled it down this way. So, you know, that's just how it is. They want to make sure they don't turn it into another game where everybody gets exactly everything and then it becomes boring. That's the whole point, is to grind and then celebrate your wins, as we do here, right? And I'm going to tell you this right now, guys, and I'll say this every stream. In this channel, we basically help you guys get bigger, faster, stronger at the shortest period of time, and we try to give you the best and the most accurate information up to date out there, so that way you guys can use it, and you guys can basically you know, you guys can use it, you can believe in it, and then you can continue to get stronger and follow us to that journey, right? So always think that, you know, you're always going to just know that you'll be there for that. So, but yeah, but let's see here. So right now we are about halfway done for this raid, And we're actually gonna be doing. You want to do a different one after this? Yeah, we can do a different one after this. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Because at the end of the day, look, I mean, honestly, I think that they should increase the candies, and I'm all for buffing it, right? But not to the point to where you can get a bunch of cosmics, but at least enough, like let's say at least 50 million, to the point to where in a 3-week span, if we can get at least 60 million over time, that we at least get a shot to get either or one of the cosmics. And I got one, I'm pretty happy, but I also want to get that Naruto, and if I don't get it, hey, I'm not gonna cry over it. It's, you know, it is what it is. So, but yeah, it's, you know, it's unfortunate that it has to, you know, it's unfortunate that people think like it's, you know, that the developers have to give more and more and more, and there's you know, it's bad. And here's another thing too that you guys need to understand about how just any game works, right? You guys know this. If everybody, here's the thing, think about this for a second. Each world has a common, an epic, a legendary, a mythical, and a cosmic, right? Everybody knows commons are easy to get, okay? And as you go further down the line, the percentages get lower, which means they become more rare, okay? If everybody was able to get cosmics like left and right, Let's say, for example, they just literally just drop everything, they 10x everything, and then they get a bunch of, I don't know, everybody gets a bunch of candy. Let's say they get 200 million candies, right? Are they most likely going to get a cosmic? Yes. But by definition, would it make the cosmics rare? No. Because if that was the case, then why even create a cosmic unit at all? Just make it a common. You see what I mean, guys? There has to be ways to where it has to be scaled to where it's rare, but not to the point to where it's almost impossible to get it. Like if it was like a first edition Pokemon box and you had to get the Charizard like that rare. I'm not saying that it should be that rare, but it should be. It should scale enough so that way at least everybody or half the people can get it, because it's a cosmic unit, just like a godly unit, right? Right now those are hard to get. There are some people, YouTubers, that have like 5 of them or 8 of them, while there are others that haven't even got one, like myself. I haven't even got a cosmic unit. And just to prove it to you, I can show you right now. I mean, there's nothing to brag about. I got no cosmic, I don't have any cosmic godly units, and these are like my stats right now if you were to look at it, right? So if you come down here, it says cosmics open 101, and the ratio to getting that cosmic is 1%. So if, let's say, if I open 100 cosmic skin or 100 cosmic units, I should only get I should be able to get one, but I don't have one at all. So I mean, imagine that, right? So but yeah, in this case, it's you know, again, you know, if you guys don't get it, it's absolutely fine. If you do get it, hey, let us know so that way we can show it off in the stream and celebrate with you guys. We're about celebrating wins here, so. But yeah. All right, so what next? Which one are we doing? Or you want to choose it? Go ahead and choose it. While I look at the next one. All right, so next up we're going to be doing Demon Slayer, which should be good. All right, it says here beat floor 160, cosmic 130 mil. That's actually pretty, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm just looking through this real quick. Yeah, so guys, real quick, you know, if you want to get on these raids, you got to get up to, you know, you got to get to them as quickly as possible, because we're starting them. We're trying to do as many raids as possible, right? Because we're going to be, we won't be extending this for very long today. It's going to be a short one, but at the same time, we're also going to give you information on top of that, so that way you guys stay strong, fast, and you know, get these things done as quickly as possible. All right. So somebody asks, What's the rates on cosmic skins and impossible raids? I think I want to say that if you start at, if you start at the Dragon Ball world, which is the first one, I believe it's called, what is it, the Green World, I believe. It's I don't know if it's 200 and 400,000, but every world the rule of thumb is if you go through every world, you should add 100,000, and that's how many summons that you should be doing in order to get that cosmic unit. The only thing I can tell you guys is kind of like this, right? Like I need a lot of you guys to understand for something for about a couple of seconds here, okay? When it comes to the rates on anything, like let's use the summons as an example, okay? Let's try not to use numbers, because if we try to do numbers, it's gonna get complicated, and it's like you guys want to know the ratio of the numbers, so that way you know exactly what to do with it, right? Like you want to know exactly to the T, like, does it do 500? Is it 500,000 to get the summons for cosmic, or 800,000? And if I do this, that means within 2 hours I should be able to get one. No. That's the wrong mindset, okay? Here's what you guys need to do, okay? This is going to be the easiest thing that you guys can do, okay? The further out you go into these worlds, because these worlds, I mean, I believe they're going to drop another update, okay? If you're a newbie right now, or you're new to this game, okay, you should prioritize luck. Get a luck team, okay? A luck team that has 2 quirks, lucky, or I'm sorry, leprechaun and lucky. Is it lucky 3? No, is it? And lucky 3, okay? Because you cannot. And here's the thing. For some of you guys that don't know, you cannot double up on the same quirks, and it's by design. They created it so that way you cannot double on the quirks, okay? So if you try to roll double leprechaun, it's not going to happen. You're just going to waste your metal, so I'm telling you that right now. Another thing too is, once you get that, get the game passes, okay? Get the game passes, which is right here. Okay, you're going to have to spend gems, which is fine because they have a bunch of gems, especially when you start out. Get lucky, and then get lucky 2, or I'm sorry, get super lucky. That's going to increase your luck. And then if you were to do this right here, right, you want to keep this game on as long as possible. And based on the luck that I have right now, is because I've been playing over 652 hours, even though I would say half of that is AFKing. But the point is, that right there will help increase your luck over time, which is why right now I have 17, which in this case is super low. Normally with a 2x luck event I have more, but instead of you guys asking for numbers, how about you do it based on a method that could somewhat guarantee you your cosmic, okay? Now here's how I believe, or this is what I believe can happen, okay? In order to get cosmics from any world, you're going to have to do these 3 things, okay? Even though it's tedious, and if you're starting, okay, this is going to be for you new players out there. The first thing you gotta do is build a team, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a mythic or cosmic. I would preferably say like mythics, because they're easier to obtain. Get 2 quirks, get the lucky 3, and get the leprechaun. If you can get both, and you can get 6 or 7 of them, okay, then guess what? You got a pretty good shot at getting a cosmic. And if you get the game pass +1, which is the lucky, and super lucky being +2, it is not an addition, it is a complete multiplier. Okay, now multiply it. For example, super lucky will be ×2. Okay, and you guys want to summon during the 2x event. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Summon during. You want to celebrate, or you want to summon during the luck event that takes place on the weekend, preferably when you're sleeping at night. Okay, when you're sleeping at night, because I think now they have the AFK option where you can leave it on overnight, and then if it kicks you out of the game, you can still summon for units. Okay, so like I said, going back to that, to get a cosmic, or in this case close to guaranteed, build your lucky team, get the game passes, play the game as well. That one not so much, because that's something that you would have to do over time. But just do those two things and then wait for the 2x luck event and then drop a lucky boost on top of that, especially if you're AFKing at night, and you should be able to get a cosmic unit. Okay, it's easier to get a cosmic unit in the Dragon Ball stages. It's harder to get it later stages, just like with the Hunter x Hunter, and they're only going to get harder, guys. So make sure to upgrade your lucky team as quickly as possible. So, all right. All right. Change giant into sniper. Okay. What should I get? Giant or sniper? Because you have black hole. Get sniper. Okay, get sniper. Giant used to be a really strong quirk, but get sniper now, because sniper, I believe, sniper. I forgot if they nerfed it, but it has boss damage, which is what you really need in raids, to be honest. Because all the other stuff, if you have a pretty good damage team, you'll be able to knock it out. But preferably, you want that. You want that. What is it called? I'm sorry. I'm mixing that with assassin. My apologies. I meant to say, get that for the critical attack purposes, which critical attacks increases or doubles your attack power. So I would get that versus giant. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, this is 2 raids. Hopefully today we should be able to get. Actually, no, I'm not saying I'm hoping, because that's not the way to. We got to make sure that we can guarantee ourselves to go 6 for 6 today. And that means cosmics, okay? Cosmic skins or units, or summoning Halloween skins or units. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be 6 for 6 here. All right. So even if we have to stay in the live stream a little bit longer, but I have a feeling that we're going to be able to do this. All right, so next raid. What's the next course about? What's the next raid we want to do here? Heroes Academy? Spirit Town. Oh, okay. Spirit Town. Let's get it. Jeez, this is how crazy it is. I remember doing what Spirit Town not even like a week and a half ago, and I'm like, man, these things are just ridiculous to attack. Now it's like clockwork. Now you can just take them out and then continue to move forward. But yeah, it's so far so good. Thursday night, guys. If you are watching this stream, please feel free to hit that server link up. Come join us and come get these cosmic skins, or come and get these skins with us, and then celebrate them with us, show them off, so that way we can show them off in the stream, and we can keep going here and get stronger over time. So that's basically what we're about in this channel. So all right, so far it's just me, my moderator, which is A-okay, and for some reason I wasn't paying attention. Ghostly Ninja Village closes. Wait a second. There was a Halloween event. I didn't know that. It's okay though. It's okay. It's A-okay. If there's anything that you guys learned from this since the beginning of the stream, like, there are times where I do miss a Halloween event, which is okay, right? And it's actually not a bad thing if you do miss 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, who knows. It's not a bad thing that you miss one, because like I said before, the more often you attack these bosses, the less gems you get. If anything, it kind of saves you from being burnt out from the grind, meaning that you have to wait till tomorrow for everything to reset to get maximum amount of Halloween candy, which I think is great, because if anything, they're doing everyone a favor by doing that, just because at the end of the day, they want to make sure that people are fine playing this game and not dedicating their entire livelihood just to get a couple of more extra million candies, even though it's limited edition. So, but like I said, if they could just kind of just bump it just a tad bit, I think everybody will be fine. So at least reward the ones that have that show love to the game, guys. So if the moderators or the developers can hear me, it's like if you show love to your people, they will show love back by continuing to play the game, because this is what it's about, guys. Not just about building stronger characters, but building a community of like-minded people who want exactly the same thing. And in order to get the same thing, you all have to help each other out, get to that common cause, so, or to that common goal. All right, I have a person here. So spending gems. If you guys, so in this case, I would. So when it comes to game passes, there's really no right or wrong game pass to get. It just really depends on where you're at in your journey in Anime Champions, right? Or what level that you're at, right? If I had to start over, like all over again, okay, and I had to choose what to get, I know this is gonna sound like counterproductive, but first up I would get auto attack, because I know it's super important. I would get lucky, and then I would get, I would get the 2x equip. Okay, those would be the first three I get. And the reason is because first off, you need to get the 2x equip, because you need more people, which means more people does more damage, which means if you can do more damage, it takes you a shorter period of time, you can level up faster, okay, and get stronger characters, right? In those regards. Now with the lucky, when you get like a lucky boost, which is permanent, it really helps you get, you know, much rarer characters like legendary or mythical if you're starting out, because you really want to get strong characters early on, so that way the grind doesn't feel too bad as you're moving from world to world. So that's basically what I would do. Fast opens and all these other things like triple quirks, they're not necessary until I would say you get to the end of the, you know, you get to the current end world, which in this case, if you've gotten like myself, right, I would be considered like an end game player, because I have a bunch of cosmics right here, you know, rolling for Halloween skins, and then I got a bunch of godlies right here. I would be classified as an end game player, which the triple quirks would help me out, because trying to roll for quirks one at a time takes forever, which is why that's something like that would not be, you would not purchase it until towards probably the last world that you're doing. So I would literally save it for the earlier one that I've just mentioned. So let's see here. Yeah, so almost done with that one. L Halloween update. Why is it an L? I mean, I don't understand. I really don't understand why it would be an L. I mean, it's, and you know, it's crazy, guys. Normally, when somebody says it's an L, it's normally like one of three reasons. It's one, they didn't get the cosmic. Two, they didn't get a lot of Halloween candy. Or three, they didn't get either or, you know, and they're just complaining because they're not getting what they want, you know. So I mean, again, it's a grind game, it's a numbers game. You got to put the work in it, and if you put the work in it, you'll be rewarded, you know. So yeah, not so much of an L update. Do I think that they should do more? I think they can kind of revamp it a little bit and buff us a few other things, but other than that, I think it's a pretty solid update. And honestly, some of you guys don't, for some of you guys that don't know, because I'm pretty sure some of you guys, or I would say most of you, if you actually looked at the timeline that Trademark sent out that showed exactly what, you know, the timeline of what things were supposed to be released, something that I didn't know that you guys probably don't know was this Halloween update was technically not supposed to debut until this upcoming weekend. But what they did was they actually took, what they actually did was they released it a week early, so that way people can get excited about it. Like, even though, you know, I don't know how they planned for a part 2, but as soon as they introduced that and said that we're going to have one, a lot of people are excited for that. So, and it's not even on the timeline. So I can tell you right now, it's, you know, they'll do things out of the ordinary, but some, you know, you got to really trust the guy who created this. He's doing a great job, you know. So All right, so what's next? What are we doing next? JoJo. Okay. JoJo. You know, I just realized something.